And we are live. Let me share some links around. Do. Mm, mm, Boom. Oh, boom. Now, which one are you? You are going to that one. There you go. And then I can just minimize that for now. Hey guys, welcome. I'm so weird not being on my normal. Why do I see two of me? Why does it do this? Give me a second, guys. What's going on? Why do I see two? I have no clue. Oh, how are you? Okay. It's so weird. I booted up, and normally when I'm in OBS and I'm streaming, I see this. Also, the intro music's still going. Been so busy with work. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. So I was kind of freaked out because I looked over, and normally I see my OBS like this. This is my stream setup typically, and how I see everything, figure out who's watching, how long I've been streaming, all that. But because we're gonna do editing, I had it on here, and I was like, I don't know if all the settings turned on correctly, but I'm making money. That's a good sign. So we have a laundry list of things I have just done. Good job, Four. Good job. you almost got me there. How is it going to be to delete all these? Are these going to be annoying where I have to select each one? Ooh, we might just delete the folder. Sure. Yes, there we go. That works fast. Yeah. Other than the yes button moving back and forth a lot of times. So this is a big risk factor in the sense that I don't know if the stream's ever going to crash doing any of this. So if the stream suddenly ends, it's not because I dislike you guys. It's because I messed up and the stream crashed. I'm hoping it won't do that. I had to do it. Oh yeah, I don't mind people using their points. Like I coded up a boat ton of those in tours. A likely story. It is a likely story. And I also am going to regret some of these things I'm deleting right now. But the ultimate goal is to clean up everything, such as all those excess webcams. So we did that. We just cleaned up all my junk. I wanted to make the BRB track. I don't know why everything opened up, basically. But I have these BRB screens, which get relayed to the output screens to determine which output is being seen at any given point. But I want to get it where these options toggle as needed, and I can do it. Hope you're having a well-textured day. I am Saint Cyr. How are you doing? I saw the album came out on YouTube. I listed, yeah, I put it on my watch later list. Give me a second. Everything is spamming me at the moment. There we go. No more spam. Okay, so yeah, I want to get it where if I'm doing a stream, this might be something a lot longer, because right now I have a single be right back screen, And then I have a shared one if I'm doing it with the blackened one. But this doesn't look good, first of all. Like, if I was to pop this out as a window and then make this big, that text looks really bad. I don't like it. So maybe we just pour this down as a update all BRB screens. And inside that, make it toggleable. Yeah, I'm uploading one song a day until I have all 5 songs out. Nice! So we're not gonna touch the BRB. Output is output, yeah. Plus the Twitch output, I need to adjust that as well. Let's add that. Twitch VIP text looks bad on Twitch. There we go. Okay, let's see. Junk all setups and other than general. Okay, so we can do that one. So how I stream to everything at one time. Historically, I'll go with the development. Historically I'd have a scene like this. This is just showing my desktop at the point, which would have nothing Twitch or YouTube related. And from there, I would then modify this and put in the appropriate chats and then create setups with those appropriate chats, and then relay those setups to the active scenes, which we need to clean up all of this as well. And then relay the active scenes to the YouTube and Twitch scenes, and then relay those to the output scenes. But with the new setup, everything kind of gets wrapped into this giant configuration, layout, whatever you want to call it, overlay. There you go. And then gets propagated up and everything. So I'm gonna lower my volume here. I don't know if I'm clipping on that side, but I was hearing the peaks of my P's. So hopefully I wasn't, but I was hearing it at least on my speakers, and I was trying to adjust them before stream, so it might just be a me issue. So yeah, so general layout is going to become the primary, and all these folders are going to get deleted. So, but before we do that, we need to delete all of the instances here, which I can actually do that easily. So now general setup's the only one there, and general setup is the only one there. So now that makes those scenes easier. And eventually those scenes will become, layout ideas. Because one idea I was kind of having that I was knocking back and forth is the idea that I have multiple different ways to show my screen. And then like every 5 minutes, it just changes the layout. So like if I went here and flipped scenes every 5 minutes, I'm not going to do that because that would be annoying, but that is like one of the ideas. I don't know the feasibility of that, but okay, so that removes them. So then theoretically I can delete all these. I wonder if I went here, hit delete, and then went cancel. And then just kept the things I care about. I care about each and every one of these scenes. But then no on, or yes on all of these. Ooh, I don't want to say yes on that. Yeah, we'll say yes. We're not going to do that ever again. And even if we do, I'll reprogram it again. Development chat, I need to clean that up. Backend code, I have development chat, which moves the screen back and forth. I don't need that. Code to move development chat back and forth. So, Fortnite, sure. All that is fine. Yeah, we can delete that one. Chain together. I think chain together was the first one that was of this new setup. I wasn't supposed to delete these. I was supposed to move them. We're already down the path. There is no coming back now. We are deleting everything of value. Monster Train, I don't think there's anything special there. I need to just make sure I don't delete like the active things I'm working on or I'm using right now for the stream. Mario Party, Super Mario RPG, that was a fun game. I don't think I need anything from there. Sims 4, super fun, but I don't think there was anything special I did for the Sims 4. No, I think I just was grabbing things. Mario Kart 8. That was a fun thing. We should do Mario Kart 8 again. That'd be cool. Binding of Isaac. I did like this little cutout window. But I don't need it anymore because I'm not on screen. Before I was on screen, like on the game screen everywhere, but I don't need that anymore. Yep. For the King 2, we just did that and I didn't need this setup at all, so bye-bye for the King 2. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. We're gonna not delete any of these because this is gonna be something we're gonna do later, and I'm gonna want more of the setup. Plate up. We're gonna delete all plate ups. I don't think there's anything in plate up that was value to us. American Truck Simulator. I don't think there was anything in there that was of value. Balatro, nope. So I think that should be everything on that end. Everything's opening up. I don't know why everything's opening up. So we kept the Ocarina of Time because I need to clean that up. Move OOT layout to modern day. There we go. Okay, so we got that. We don't need active. We kind of did a little aggressive on that. Okay, clean up on the resources. So we have like these HDMI resources, which I should find out which one do I use. It will be under general. It will be the main scene. I use Trackmania's HDMI. I shouldn't use Trackmania HDMI. So resources are like things I use across multiple layouts back in the day. I'm not going to use them across multiple layouts anymore, so I think I can get rid of a lot of them. I think the only thing that will matter, quote unquote, is any special flair I had with him. So give me a second. Let me just grab my Xbox. Turn the Xbox on so that we can see that. That might cause some noise artifacting. Hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, I'll hear it and fix that up real quick. Yep, there's the noise artifacting. You know what? Actually, I would just mute that. There we go. Because I don't need the actual source. I just need the HDMI so that I can see this. And then from here, I can do the rest. So this one doesn't look like anything different. Nothing different. Nothing different. Nothing different. Nothing different. Nothing different. Nothing different. And nothing different. So all of this isn't different. So really, Trackmania, if we just rename this to basic, and then if I go to my main screen, I have basic now, and then we just delete all the rest, then that would be good. We want the template because the template's good for fixing everything else. The basic should pull from the template, actually. No. The basic doesn't pull from the template. They all pull from the raw. Yeah, they all pull from the raw, but the template gives me a base that is basically the raw with no change. So then, okay, cool. So now we can just delete. Nope. Remove. Bye-bye. Let's do this. Let's remove everything in this tree. Do we want the raw? Yes, we want the raw. No, do not remove. Do we want the template? Yes, we want the template. Do not remove. Do we want to remove Mario Kart? Yes. Do we want to remove Mario Party? Yes. Do we want to remove Black Ops? Yes. Do we want to remove Monster Train? Yes. Basic, no. Yes. Fortnite, yes. Madam, yes. Cool. And again, all of this should, in theory, improve these stats. So I should have a better stream coming out to everyone in time. Because there will just be less running. I like how your OBS is super complicated. Mine is simple screen share, PNG tuber, white text on a background, hello. So I will say mine is a lot more complicated. And one of the reasons why is just that I do both platforms. Because Twitch, lovely Twitch, does not want YouTube chat to be attached to Twitch chat. So I want to display chat to the user, depending if you're on Twitch or on YouTube. And to do that, I have to have this weird setup where I can get the raw video that I'm producing, your simple screen share PNG tuber, or I don't have a PNG tuber, and a white background. That would be the simple display. But then to show chat, I need to overlay the appropriate chat on either Twitch or YouTube. Then I need to combine those overlays into their own instance and propagate that out over YouTube and Twitch appropriately. So on my OBS, YouTube is actually getting a direct line out. And then Twitch over here in this area right here, oopsie. In this area right here, I'm using a plugin that lets me multi-outputs. And then I have Twitch that is being pushed out right now. So that is how I get to both streams simultaneously. So, but okay, we got a couple of things done. We did the setup. We did the HDMI. So now Discord, which lets me go back into edit mode so it's big. So Discord, I have my stream sharing source. Then I have the template, which is the raw Discord. Then this one is Black's stream overlaid on top of Discord. But Balatro, I think, is how I want to have it set up. Is either I'm streaming the Discord that Black set up and is streaming me, or I'm streaming Black's Twitch stream onto it as if it was his. Now the issue is when I do streaming Black's Discord or Twitch, it has all his overlays as well. So I need to figure out how to do that somewhat better. But I think that is the only one we care about. Yeah. So is that the main one? That is going to be in the guest container. No. Guest film. No. Yeah, it's going to be in the general chat. This one. So if I turn off the bot and turn on bot 1, here it has guest preview 1, which is Black's name and Discord Balatro and the frame to put that in. So I want to change Discord Balatro to guess Discord Black for now. Eventually I'll have up to 4 guests I can put over here. So there's the blackened one. Then I'd have somebody else, somebody else, somebody else, and then all of them fit across here nicely. Yeah. So we want the Balatro one. We want to nope, not that one. Balatro. Rename this to Black. We'll rename this to the blackened one. We have this. We want to keep the template, and then the only thing we care about is the blackened one. So let's delete some things. We want the raw, so no, don't remove that. We want the template. Yes, you can delete OT. Yes, you can delete half monitor. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, that's fine. No, don't. Blackened one, no. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so now on the blackened one, I have this raw Discord, which is the actual Discord stream. But then I have blackened one's Twitch stream. I'm going to delete this one. And we're going to start adjusting this because this is kind of crazy. 1920 by 1080. Yeah. Transform. Stretch to. Yep. Transform. It. Oh. What if we just deleted this in its entirety and just created a new browser source called the blackened one Twitch? Create that. It's going to be 1920 by 1080. There's that. It needs to be underneath the Discord so that if the Discord's showing, it covers up this. Then we need the blackened one's Discord, or not Discord, Twitch. But I'm curious if I can get this to always be full screen. Because if I could get this always to be full screen, that'd be nice. We'll have OBS control the volume so that I can mute it. And then if we turn it on, we get this. And then if we turn it on, but if I drop that and mute this and then lock the volume and hide it, then we never have to worry about the blackened one's stream overcoming mine. Which apparently the blackened one stream is relaying my stream. That's weird. But now, can we make Twitch open up in full screen? So let's go Google that. Twitch URL in full screen. Full screen mode. Can we get a URL that is shared in full screen? Auto run a full screen YouTube, but I want Twitch stream. One second, guys. And I'm back. Okay. Whoopsies. Nope, not that one. That one. Okay. So, typical URL, height underscore pop up. That's for YouTube, though. I want to which URL which opens stream in Foursquare. Watch chat in theater mode. Sure. How do I do that? No, that's not what I want. I would like to force Twitch to always be in full screen, which I might just have to write code that does that. That's angry. Makes me angry. I mean, we could always go in here. Let's go interact. Pop-up chat. So this would be his stream in a typical sense. So if I grab this, edit transforms, and start just cropping away at this, I could theoretically get it where I don't have it full screen, but it's as close as you could get to it. Yeah. Then from the right, we take out chat. Bye-bye chat. It'd be nice if instead it just opened up in full screen, but I think I would have to embed the stream. And then the top, we get rid of that because we don't need that there. And then the bottom we can get rid of as well. And it should autoplay because it's a live stream. But this will at least get it to appear, his stream to appear. So then that's good. And then if we went to transforms and said stretch to stream, let me pop open a preview. I do this so that I can see the details. So yeah, I'm missing a couple on the sides, but it looks like I got the top and bottom actually pretty good. So let's just set that there. And then, oh, dang it, it's not going to be nice. Well, we at least can get the right side with ease. So if we edit and we start ripping from the right, whoopsie. I don't know. Hey, Bio, how are you doing? We just start ripping from the right. And then we need the same thing, but on the left. And I think we're only like a couple of pixels on the left. Actually, no, I see it. You see it just barely past the blue line. So let's just add a pixel, click. I still see it. You see that little gray? Yeah. Yeah, so if we take another pixel up, maybe 2 more. Yeah, that looks good. So now, if we were to squeeze it this way, then pop it open this way and try to open it bigger. Yeah, I don't see anything on the top. I don't see anything on the bottom. So that should be good. Or pop it out 1 pixel and check one more time. I don't like that it said it's down 2 pixels. Nope. Come on. Nope. Nope. I'm messing with everything. Discord, you can remain locked. Thank you. There we go. So let's pop this out and see what we get. I don't want the source. I want the actual projection that I'm going to be doing. Yep, that looks clean. I don't see anything on it. What is the operational goal? So the operational goal is to clean up my OBS. Before I had a boat ton of things that weren't really being used anymore. I still have a boat ton, as you can see. Yes, I have nested scenes. I think you've asked, but I don't think you ever had the time to actually catch a stream where I was doing OBS stuff. So let me explain my weird thing. So you're on Twitch. You're seeing the Twitch output right now. The Twitch output is composed of my audio manipulator and my Twitch streams or scenes. Audio manipulator has just all my audio in one scene. And the reason why that is so that I can easily adjust it on and off. I think I'm hearing myself, and I think my microphone is picking that up. Because I hear a double every now and then. I think it's because I lean in and my microphone hears it. So I only hear you once. That's good. It's good that I'm the only one who's crazy and hearing myself. But so that is that. And then the Twitch scenes has just my overlays and the active scenes and a couple alternate scenes. Gaslight. But from there, Twitch scenes starts dropping into the more complex stuff. So I have a Twitch scene here and a YouTube scene here. Back in the day, this had a billion scenes in it of every game and every game layout. Now I only have one layout, and eventually I might add a couple more. But then this is where the magic happens, is the general scene, which you're on Twitch. You get the Twitch general scene set up, which is this one, which gets the Twitch chat and the general chat list. The general chat list is literally my stream minus chat and commands for whatever reason, but minus chat is the main thing. Then Twitch chat adds that back in so that YouTube does not get combined with my Twitch chat ever on Twitch. On YouTube side, they can see Twitch chat and YouTube chat. But on Twitch side, guys can only see Twitch chat. That gets built in the general setup where Twitch chat is overlaid on top of the general setup. The general setup then gets populated into active scenes so that I can change different layouts with ease. Then scenes sets up like overlays and alternate layouts. Then that goes to Twitch output, which then goes to the stream mode. Hey, bot. Bye, bot. I'm glad you're the bot of the day. that then goes to Twitch output, which comes into here. I don't know if I can, yeah, I can click modify. As you can see, the alternate version for Twitch is seeing Twitch output. And that's what gets populated Twitch output. And that allows Twitch to see it and YouTube to see their own. So that, Vire, is how the entire egg gets boiled. Is the scene tree a plugin? Yes, the scene tree is a plugin because traditionally you get this. And I was trying to do this for a while, as you see, like webcam, and then like Toshiba display, and then Twitch chat. I tried to do that for a long while, and I was like, I'm done. This is a nightmare to navigate consistently. So I found a plugin that did the tree, scene tree, and I never looked back. I need a solution for that too. Okay, give me a second. Let me find that for you. I have another chat, or not chat, search window open. There we go. I think it's OBS scene tree, I think is it. Yeah. Yep, and that's where it is. So let me post this in the chat for both YouTube and Twitch. There we go. It's a great plugin. It's a little wonky. I would say don't necessarily go 100% and like go, oh, I'm not going to name these in somewhat of a clear order. Because I've had it, it's rare, but every now and then it will reset and like forget some of the structure you have and you have to restructure it. But I'd rather restructure it, and 90% of the time I don't have to worry about that. So, but that is the weird setup that I have that allows YouTube to have YouTube stream and Twitch to have Twitch stream, and they shall never cross. I would never. I'm extremely organized in my digital existence. Oh yeah. If you are, you might also want to look up Jacrodaki. It basically lets you have different layouts for your OBS format. I use it so that on my when I'm actually streaming, I see it here where I don't see much of any of the extra stuff, but I see all my stats. And then when I'm editing streams like this, I see all the extra stuff, but I don't see the stats. It'd be nice if I could change how these previews are, but it is what it is. I get what I get, and I lose what I don't. Ooh, I like that a lot. What is that card? That is card Junior or JR Daki. Let me grab that link too. I actually just recently re-updated that because they had it where like the old version, if you had the old version, if you had the old version on the new OBS, it kind of wouldn't let you save new layouts, but they fixed it and now you can do that. It's like workspaces for Premiere and After Effects. Yes, it's very similar to that. And I love it. It makes my mental organization so easier because OBS gets very complicated very quickly if you have everything on everything. Okay, so we got Discord working. So now if Black's giving me the stream from Discord, it will show over top of the stream for Twitch. I've muted this stream, so as long as it auto plays, it's fine. I see something I don't like. Let me... What? There was like a little icon. I don't know what that little icon was, but cool. So now Twitch chat. I had this test Twitch chat. I don't know what it was doing. Oh, was this my attempt at... Yeah, this was my attempt of opening up Twitch chat every time. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're going to do my other way. We need to clean up Twitch chat anyway, so let's delete the test Twitch. So now we have this. It's so weird. It looks crooked in my eyes, but fine. So then on the chats for Twitch chat, it uses Twitch chat template. That's not the best answer for that. And then on Be Right Back screen, it uses Be Right Back shared chat. And wait, oh, Be Right Back shared chat and Be Right Back chat. So we can just delete everything except the template, the BRBs, and everything else can disappear. Because that's that. There's nothing different, nothing. Just keeping an eye to see if there's any orientation changes or filters or anything like that. And it doesn't look like anything has any filters. So we can go here and hit delete. We want to keep the raw chat, so no on this. We want to keep the template. We don't care about Blatter. We don't care about any of these, except when we get to BRB. We do care about that one. We don't care. BRB, we do care. Don't care. None of these we care about. There we go. So now less scenes there, and eventually I need to clean this up better as well. Bye, are you here? Are you still in the chat? If you are, I'm about to make you a VIP temporarily at least, so I can see. Hey, you're here. You're about to get VIP status. If I can quickly do that. Make you a YouTube mod. Yep, there you go. VIP status. Can you message something? Yeah, that is the issue. Yay! You're VIP. I need to figure out what I need to do to remove that. So this is going to be the fun part. We get to grab my chat, and we get to grab a web page and pop it in my chat here. Oh, that's interesting. You're not marked as VIP here. Oh, there you are. CSS time. Yep, you are correct. Let's figure out what is building this thing. So the VIP, I don't mind. I don't mind the VIP, and I don't mind the diamond. The little mod icons, they can disappear. So what would define that? Info up? If I made info up disappear or display none? Yeah, so okay. So we need to, and I generally grab the CSS and grab a notepad. This notepad will do. And dump the CSS in here. Only because I've noticed that if I muck around with the CSS directly in OBS, it gets really wonky really quickly, and I don't want that. So on info up 0, I wonder if info up 0 is consistent, or if Twitch does wonky things and makes multiple OBS. Can you message one more time, Val? I just want to see if info 0 becomes info 1. Messages. Nope, cool, it's still gone. That's awesome. So that means info 0 is gone forever. Wherever that is, there we go. So we just go in here, enter, there we go, and we just go, hey, we're going to overwrite this with a bit of text. We're just going to grab that space so that it has the same spacing. That didn't look right. Okay, fine. Display none. There you go. So now that bit doesn't show up. I'm so sparkly as a diamond. Yeah, you are. Okay, so now to find out more of this structure. We have a class that does that and a class that does this. This I don't mind. The info we just made disappear, so it's only this left. The wrapper is something called DKIL. Is that consistent? If I was to go to your other message, open that up, open this up, open this up, is this DKIL? No, right here. Yes, cool. So if I want to change the diamond, I need to use this bit of code. Right now, we're just going to dump it in here and do nothing with it. But if I do want to change the diamond shape or size or anything like that, that's what I want to do. Then this text is the text I was wondering about. It has a core text, which is strong and all that. Strong gets overwritten. Okay, so I think it's only this HBS thing. Oh, that's cool. It shows me that all of these has the same label. So if I was to turn off the display, not that, the inline margin, yeah, everything changes. So I should be able to just grab this class and grab my notepad here and stretch it out so I can easily read it. And I think what I did, background, body, I think it was div where I put all the text stuff in. So in theory, I should be able to just put a comma and give it a new class. That should be everything I need to do to get VIP to look cleaner. So let's cut that, move this all to the right again, and see if I go into properties, can we get VIP clean? It looks better. Did you bring enough class for the whole class? I have a lot of class. My CSS is relatively thin. But Vire, if you can message one more time and see if it looks half decent. No! Why? It didn't do anything. Why? So the first thing is, do I have to say this is important? Important. Okay. Again, viral message. Let's see if we got it. Do we have at least the icons disappearing, the edit icons? And if you're busy, don't just tell me and I won't force you to consistently do this. I don't think I can make myself. No, I can't make myself. Okay, so important was a key factor. Oh, we did do it. You see the diamond is really tiny and the VIP is correct. So we're getting there. We just have this gray and black squares that need to get removed. Okay. So let's go back to CSS land. We have these gray bars and the text bar is actually gray still. So these gray bars have a color. The icon is kind of small. I can up it later. But what is defining the color here? That's the color text. I'm looking for the background color. Yeah, something define the background color on top of that. Who card background color? I don't see any that card background color. I wonder if I just tack it on here. If I do background, yeah, that looks good. So if I do transparent, no, that is not what's getting the background color. Are you doing the background color? You are doing the background color. If I turn this off, you guys are invisible. Are you everything? Yes, you are everything. Cool. Let's muck around in OBS directly. As I said, I don't do. We'll just do it anyways, because I think it should be that being called instead of the other one. Hit OK. Viral. Let's do it again. No, use me. Okay. Oh. Oh. Is that different? I think that's different. Because that looks like it's wider now. I mean, I actually can't see the Twitch view. How does it look in Twitch? Yeah, it still massively. I mean, at least it's a little bit clearer, but I would prefer it to not be that type of thing. Okay. So back to CSS land we go. So I made the background color. Basically, I did this. I did transparent, but that turned off that. But something else defines the background. What is... You're that one. You're that one. We define the background color as transparent. And then if I do... sorry. Yeah, okay. So that should be fine. And then this color is getting defined somewhere in here, right here, I think, in the body, which I turned off that. But no, actually it says getting set by something else. Getting color set here. Who is setting the background color? Compute. Background color. It starts with a B. I don't see it. Background color. I don't see what's setting that. So if we go here and we go to this, all of these have that. So if I went background and made each one of these that turns off that. So let's grab this, make sure this is also the same in the sense that it's needs to be transparent. But then you have your individual messages as well, which are coming from this guy who has a color. All of these are coming from here. So maybe we just grab this as well. We just grab all these weird codes, dump them in, and hope for the best, I think. So down here where I do all this color stuff, we need to put a comma. We'll put a comma on the other side. Grab all that, just dump it in here, and hope for the best. Yeah. Okay, viral. Hopefully one last time. Praying. Hopefully. Come on. Give me VI. Ah! I don't get it. I don't get why. And the issue is, it's very hard to test. Because I can't. I guess I could create a VIP account, but like something is doing that. There's a way to load up CSS dynamically. Oopsie, I didn't want to do that. There was a way to like do sources. I don't care about the map failing. I think it's sources. There is a way. That's an open file, but I thought there was a way to add a file. Overrides. There you go. I need to add the file to my downloads. Easy. We can do that. Downloads. New. This is going to be a text document. My experiment. CSS. Yes, change that. And then we're going to open that in Notepad right here, and we're just going to dump this, save it, and hopefully we can. This is risky. Let me pour that over to the side. I was like, I don't know what all is in my downloads. Let me make sure we're looking for my experiments. Now there's override CSS. That works. Ask the AI. No, I want to turn this on. How do I how do I turn this on? Weird. Add photo manually. Okay, so we have CSS here. And we have the override. So can I open containing folder? Sure. And then we just drag this over here. Cool. There we go. Now if I copy and paste, that gets us that. I copy and paste this here. Can we save this? We can save as. But we need to verify this is working. So let's go in here. Oh wait, this doesn't set the background color any. Let's do that. I bet that's the entire issue. Background, trans, and there you go. I don't know if that's gonna work. Fire, can you chat real quick? I don't know if this is gonna just work in the sense. No, it didn't work just there, but it might be because I don't have the overlay actually like running. So let's dump that into this guy and see if that fixes some things. Okay, Vire, let's try one last time. Hopefully. No! I don't know how to do what I need to do. That's going, and this is the hue. If I go to elements and pick my picker, pick here, I don't see the override anywhere. How do I turn on the override? Yeah, you can save it there. Yes, replace. That didn't do anything. Okay, let me research how to turn on overriding CSS again. How to enable override in Chrome CSS. Open up DevTools, sources, access the overrides. Grant. DevTools will allow you to grant full permission and select, collect, allow to enable DevTools to say, delete, and edit within. Yep, okay. Enable overrides. Ensure the enable local overrides is checked within the override tab. I don't see an override tab. Group. Nope. I can move that to the left. That doesn't seem like that's going to help much. Settings. Looking for override. Looking for override. Deletion. Target group. Dev. CSS rule. Disable JavaScript. Auto. Sync. I don't want to sync. I just want to override some CSS. No, that's workspaces, experiments, CSS, override. Nope. Location, shortcuts, preferences. Nope. Okay. Let's get out of that. Let's go to a Medium article. Okay. When to use it, how to use it. Yep, cool. All that's cool. Yep, I created it. Save for overrides. I did that. Now refresh the page and the modified file will now load into your browser whenever you visit the site. Other users will not see. Okay, so let's make this quite transparent by making the color coral either way. Because if it's coral, then we know we did good. Things will override. But if it's not, then we know we did bad and it didn't actually override. So if I refresh, nope, nothing changed. Change the background, now refresh, and it will load other users by leveraging. I don't get it. This might just have to be a problem for another day. Yeah, I don't see anything in the console that gives me a clear shout out of like, okay, this is what's going on. If I go inspect element, here's the scroll area. And there should be something that defines the background, I think. Here's a background, but it's getting redefined. I don't see anything. Yeah, that's not my code. And I know I have scroll area defined somewhere in here. Yeah, chat scrollable. Oh no, that's scroll area. Let's keep change. Let's see if we can find this real quick. There we go. Yeah, so we don't see anything here. And I don't know how I enable it. That's how I add it. I can just manually add it, but it'd be nice to... Yep, we're just gonna not worry about it. I'll have to figure that out later. We got it a little bit fixed, but not up to the point where I want it to be. Okay, so let's go back to what... Oh, cancel. There you go. Yeah, let's just go here. Crying emoji, yeah, crying emoji. It's complicated. I need to find a better solution ultimately, but this will work. Okay, so we're still in the cleanup process. We have this, which I have a browser source or an application source for it. I don't use that anymore because they added a browser source for it, so I can just delete that. And then this is YouTube chat. So on the YouTube chat side, we have the template. And then on the Be Right Back screens, we have the shared and the not shared BRBs. So we can delete everything that is not a template or a BRB. We can keep the raw. We can keep the template. We can delete that one. We can delete that one. Delete that one. Delete all of these guys. Whoop, no, we want to keep the share. We want to keep the BRB. Delete, 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 delete. All of you disappear. So now we have that, we have the template, we have the BRBs, and all that. Cool. Raw webcam. I have my webcam, I have my TV cam, and then I have a background where both goes out. You guys have something, or something to clue me into on that. And then I have a button press that when I press the change camera, this is what changes. I turn on and off that one source and it keeps everything together. I think that's fine. I don't think my BRBs have cameras. Yeah. So the only thing that has a camera is the chat list. And there's two versions of it. There are the template and the template. So both of these are just the webcam templates. So we can delete everything except webcam templates. I don't think there's anything. Oh, the body of Isaac has a unique shape. I don't think I care about that. We can delete it. Yeah. We'll keep the binding of, we'll delete the binding. We'll delete the binding of Isaac. We'll keep the binding of Isaac. We'll keep the binding of Isaac. Only because of its unique shape. Yes, we're keeping the raw. You were deleting the test. We're keeping the template. We are deleting Blotro, ATS, play that up. We are keeping binding of Isaac. Everything else can disappear. Yay. There we go. So webcam is set up. And even in the binding of Isaac, if I change the webcam angle, you guys can see it here. So cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with the webcam one or the binding of Isaac one, but what can you do? Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know what I can do with it. It's going to be one of those things I just need to try. I need to put a message in and like manually muck around with it. until something clicks. Okay. Display. I have 2 displays. Why do I have 2 displays? The ward may never know. There's not a filter on this one. Is there a filter on this one? There's a freeze filter. Interesting. So I have a way to freeze the screen at any point. That's a cool filter tab. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to quickly use the restroom. Okay, and I am back. Okay, let's see where we are. So I have a freeze capability here. Do I want to be able to freeze my desktop at any given point? Yes. So I should delete display 2 because I should be able to create a command that lets me quickly go in here and freeze my desktop. Let's actually do that. Let's jump to the Stream Deck real quick and create a command that does that. I think these are OBS. Yep. So let's do it right down here. OBS. It's a filter. Yeah. So we're going to toggle a filter. We're going to call it freeze desktop. I don't know why it chose to not use my default. There we go. There we go. It's going to be like that. Sources, we have the Toshiba desktop one. It's all the way down here. Toshiba desktop source, and the filter is freeze. We don't have an image yet for it, but that's fine. So in theory, if I press this, that should freeze that. And then if I move this over here and then go back here and press freeze, hey! We have a freeze button now. So I can now freeze the desktop side of the ward. Cool. I don't need game capture. I don't know why I would have game capture because I just capture the source now. So cool. And then in here, the flipped, we have a main scene. Main scene contains development mode. So I think we can get rid of all of these except template and development. So let's go do that real quick. We want raw. We want template. We don't care about Monster King. Don't care about Binding of Isaac, For the King, Sims 4, Chain Together, Play It Up. Development, we want development. Cool. So now, in theory, all of my resources have been cleaned up, right? Technically, overlays are still in here. So overlays are ways of like how I show the wheel and stuff. That's not how I do it. Wheel. So like if I pop up this, it spins the wheel. And then I don't know if it will automatically trigger. Oh, it does automatically trigger it. It does everything. But then it turns it off, and then I can turn, and then the wheel turns off as well. Yes, no scene. We don't have, no one's ever done that, but yeah. I have a little yes, no scene where it shows the little yes or no thing. Shout outs. This is something I want to work on. I wonder, can I? Yeah. Nope. It doesn't retrigger. It doesn't do what I wanted to do right now. But I had a plan of having like a little card that will pop up explaining the user and having a little stream as well. That's a long-term plan. And then the Yapathon stuff we were doing, which kind of didn't pan out. And I think the overlays are good. We're not going to mess with them. Okay, resources, scenes, everything's clean. We cleaned up the chat. We cleaned up the SBX. We cleaned up Toshiba display. Let's clean up the general layout. Yes. That is something I do want to clean out. Okay, so I don't need my webcam here anymore. I don't need to play games like that anymore. Why did I have a browser source? Oh, because I was showing the Black and One stream on mine. And you can hear him. Why can you hear him? Let OBS control us. Where is it? Where is it? There's the main scene. Mute that. Okay, so I had it where I could show the Black and One's stream with ease. I still kind of want that. Snapper time! It's snapper time, everyone! No, it's not snapper time. I had too much sugar already in a day, so we're not getting more snapper. I would like to show the Black and One stream, but I also would like to show anyone's stream. How much did you have? I had a banana that has sugar in it. It is Tuesday. We had chicken curry for lunch. I had a zero sugar soda, which doesn't have sugar, but it has sugar like. So I want the Black and One stream to be here, and I want to be able to trigger any one of my guests' stream with ease. And right now, the guest stream is kind of packaged away underneath this group. And it'd be nice if instead it got packaged away as a scene and then got scared to that group size for the Black and One. And then for anyone else who's above, so right here, oopsie, here, and here, and here, and here, has opportunity to show users as well. So, give me 1 second. So let's work on that. So this needs to be a new scene. And I think this scene will ultimately, well, everything gets except the guest container. Really, all of this gets packaged away. I need to have like a guest view. How much do you? Oh yeah, I gotta answer that. I need to have like a guest view for people, which I don't have yet. So how do I want to do this? Because like my initial idea is like we take this, like I think I can just copy this, yeah. And then if I go to not BRB, why is BRB there? If I go to main scene and just paste this in here as a reference, per se. Nope, we want it as a duplicate because I want to be able to scale it and stuff. And we just scale this to be full screen. Not the best example right now, but if we did that, it would show the black and white screen in more detail. Does that look good? That is the big question. Like I want it to say who I'm showcasing. And I want it, there's like a lot of wants here because I want it where I press a button, it shows who I'm showcasing, and it basically takes the element. It takes this element right here, just grabs it and throws it here, or makes it across the big screen. Both, I think, are significant, and I could do it. But the question I have is, are other layouts going to have... I guess let's not worry about other layouts right now. Let's worry about this. If we made a guest preview, and I did stretch, and then we just dropped this down here, we turned it off, you see that. Turn it back on, you see this. Then main scene can just get deleted entirely. And then if I'm like, hey, let me broadcast black because I'm going to the restroom or something, I can do this. It pops it up big. I can have another script that takes the top bar and shrinks it to be one thing. And then everyone knows who we're watching and everything will be good. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we just need to do this. So let's open up the favorite stream deck. It will be I guess OBS action. And we are targeting the visibility of a source. Let's just dump that in here. Showcase. Why is everything... There you go. Showcase guess one. I actually would like... Oh, getting there. There you go. Showcase guess one. This is going to be on the main scene. And can I do it on... Yes, guess. There you go. So now, I don't want to close it. If I click this, the black and white stream comes up. And I press it again, it goes away. And then if I make this a Morte command, I could have it where it shrinks and lowers the things. Yeah, seems fair. Now the freeze option we just did, we could move that up. That could actually be on the main source. So if I'm doing something, I'm like, let me freeze this, do something real quick, and then unfreeze it, I can. And it doesn't have to be my desktop. It could be my Xbox, it could be anything I'm streaming at any point. I could just freeze and then unfreeze. Freeze main scene. I was trying to get roleplay, trying to get replay working, but it isn't clear all how it's working, and I don't know how I would make it better, because I was trying to get where when I press the button, it does it. I don't even know where this replay is coming from. Like, it looks like it's the very beginning of my stream. So I don't get how it's getting the replay and how it's showing it. That's just going to be more work. Because I would like a command where you could have a instant replay. Needs more work. For the King 2, I don't think I need this anymore. Yeah, it was just a sound grab, which I don't need. So that cleans up that one. Task. I had this where I could show game. Yep, for when I did the game jam. I have it where I can show text, such as when I was doing a different game jam. The Chrono Crosser tracker, the Spotify Mini, the working in progress display. This is me trying to make a task list, which ultimately would be the nice thing to do here. So this is just going to be a work in progress still. This is the container. I don't think it influences anything. Oh no, it's being used. So I guess that's being used somehow. So this should actually be a resource. Yes. Film container should be resource. Which in theory I should be able to move it and it shouldn't have any issues. So let's try to do that real quick. Let's just grab this guest film container and dump it into resources. Yep, black and white stream still looks good. Guest film container is good. Command. This is showing the commands. It's good enough for now. Yes. What is this one doing? This one's also doing stuff. But how is... Oh, this is guest film. Okay, so this needs to be inside here as well. Setup. This is fine. I don't like the bars still. We're going to fix that, but not today. YouTube setup's fine. This is showing layouts for when I have the other, like, multiple chatters and stuff. I need to figure out how to get that sorted cleaner, but maybe not today. This one, we have these two that decides that layout, and then we have this one that decides to move it across everything. I kind of want to center Lady Derek much better. Can I just right click and center horizontally? Beautiful. I can't do that here unless, can I do it with both? Let's actually turn off these and turn on these. Okay, if I go here, transfer, center horizontally. Hey, that worked. Cool. That's easy. Lady Derek's done. My flipped and unflipped. I still don't know how I'm going to do that. That's the thing that lets me do this. I think that's just going to have to be how it's going to have to be for now. Blue background. Blue background's fine. This is that chat, and this is this chat. So the next thing I want to do is there's like, if you look here, there's like a bunch of bubblers, and then here there's a bunch of bubblers as well. I want to better that. And the best way to see that is if I open up like the game. And let's not do the game. Let's do working in progress. Yeah, working in progress is a good example. If you see real close, like it looks like it's kind of overlapping some places. And the chat is off the screen. Cool. It's so much off the screen. I don't know how to get the commands to look good. I don't know how to do that. But the task was the big concern. So like if I just go here, add a color source. Where in the world is color? There we go. If I add this in, and sure, that's a fine color. If you see, it kind of like cuts some of the bubblers. And that's because it's on these guys and then getting overlaid on top of here. But the bubblers are being set in chatless in these flipped and unflipped groups. So if I go into flip and go to filters, then we have this image mask that's actually doing the masking. How do I want to resolve this is the next question. I don't really want to have a lot of flip and stuff for everything. This one's going to be a little while. I have to think about that because ultimately I can't just grab it and throw it up onto the setup, because if you see right here, the bubblers continue. Whoop. Right here, the bubblers continue upwards. I can't do up. There you go. And then right where it hits Derek, the bubblers stop and it goes into this new layout. And if I add the filter to this layout entirely, it will actually put bubblers everywhere, which isn't what I want. I want like a ticket to my left and right, but don't touch Derek above me. And I just don't know what I should do there. Any ideas? Anyone have any ideas on that? No. Thank you. I'm glad for your honesty. I'm sorry I'm failing. Oh, it's all fine. You're not failing me. I mean, I technically failed myself. This setup is complicated, and this task... Woo. This setup was done... Woo. Give me a drink of water. This layout was done somewhat prematurely before all this other thought process on how to do this worked. And because of that, it's all my fault in the sense that I should have kind of thought things out a little bit better. Wait. I don't need task or timer. I don't know. Oh, the timer's operated by this now.
Are you finished?
No, I'm not finished. I won't. There you go. I should code that up better. But yeah, the timer now operates there. I don't need any of this. I just need the chat. The chat is the only thing that needs to stay where it is. So I wonder if I just rip the chat out here. It stays in place. And then grab our group 5 and move it up to chatless in the flipped. Then I solve that problem. Yes. So let's just grab group 5, not the greatest solution, and just dump group 5. Oh, I can't nest it. That's fine. I'll just break up group 5 component by component. There you go. Then grab all of these components, copy, unflipped, which is what I am right now. Oh no, sorry, I'm flipped. Grab that and just paste them in here as a reference. And then grab all of you and drop you into flip. That looks good. Why is YouTube not showing that? I have no clue. Why is YouTube not doing that? Oh, because I'm an idiot. YouTube is using their own. I need to pour you out of here, and then I can just delete group 4. There we go. Yay, we did it! Not the best solution. And right now I have it where if I flip, it disappears entirely. Let's fix that real quick. So we grab all of these. Why do I have 2 tasks? I don't know. Delete task. I have 2 commands as well. I don't know why I have 2 commands. I think these were premature designs. So we copy all this and dump it into here, which is going to go up here, and then grab this, place it in here. So now there's something broken. That all up. Why is the timer so high up? Let's go in. I don't like that. Let's start with 1 and then we'll figure it out. Timer. We need to turn the timer back on so that we can see what's going on. That's games. This. There you go. We have 6 minutes, 7 minutes to fix the timer. Okay, if we copy it and then paste it and then drop it in here, where's the timer? The timer's here. We don't want the timer there. We want the timer here. Can I grab this, edit transform, copy transform, and paste the transform here? No, because it's a different thing. So I need to grab all of these, move them outside. There we go. Then copy all of them, paste them all. And then these 3 can get put into the flipped. And these 3 can get put into the unflipped. Or sorry, the flipped. There we go. Now if I go back and start flipping, Yes, everything looks good now. There we go. Cool. So now the ticket looks right. Commands don't look great, but that's fine. We did better. We cleaned it up. New things. We have layout ideas. So like right now I have a ticket. I have like this little ticket layout. As you can see on the left and right, looks like the old RIP tickets you could get. I don't know. I'm thinking we should have other layouts. I think I should have a layout where I'm just... One second. Delete this, because otherwise I'm going to be upset whenever I do want to put something here. I also don't like... So like if we go... Yeah, we go to the general. This timer is like personally linked. In the sense that if I go in here and turn off read by file, it changes it on both. So I just change it there. If I flip it, it's also there, which is fine. But it means that if I want to change the text is kind of like a universal object. And I don't know if I want that. I feel like I want it as a separate theme. But maybe we keep it as a universal object. I don't know. But okay, so that's fine, that's fine. That's all fine there. So layout ideas. What was I gonna do there? So if we go to like streamer overlays or stream overlays, there's a lot of different overlays. I don't like any of these particularly. But overlay layout. But I'm curious if there's any that feels more like so like this would be an interesting overlay, is having it where my camera is in the bottom right corner and then doing other things around it. So if there's any ideas on good overlay structures that would feel more like my stream style, definitely let me know. Like, we've cleaned up a lot. It will now be a lot easier to create those. Transition effects. Yes, I have a couple of transition effects. Let's use the unflip for an example. If we went to show transition and went to stinger, I have a few stingers. Let me just browse this real quick and see if I can remember where I put them. Nope, it's under projects. Switching YouTube. Was it under projects? YouTube stuff? Nope. Is it under? Would it be under here? I don't know where I put it, so I'm just trying to remember where I would have put it. Assets? Why would I have put it there? Gum Road? Nope. I feel like none of these would be where I would have expected me to put it. But I have stingers. If I hit browse, nope, that's the assets. So what is a stinger? What would this be? Let's do a wipe. Okay, let's do a wipe up. So in theory, it would look like this. So now if I hit this and toggle it, we have like this wipe effect. And I could do this for a lot of things. I don't know if it would be beneficial though. So, like, what's your guys' thoughts? I was hoping I'd have somebody who could really do like some interesting animation, but I feel like we're kind of at where we are here. So, should I have stingers? And if so, do you think it'd be beneficial? Shout out cards. We could work on that. Ooh, it stings. It does. By the way, I think you have some stingers, if I remember right, from watching your streams. We also have the shout out card, which I think is a streamer, if I remember right. So if I just shove that into like the general chat, if I just add new resource, scene, shout out, I think it's called. When the word is shout out. Yeah, here. I don't know if I actually coded it up. No, it doesn't look like it. But like the idea is you'd have this card appeared and it would shout out the person who is streaming at the moment. So I found it online for free and changed the color. Do you like the stinger I used? Yeah. I think stingers are interesting. I think they have a huge benefit. And like the shout out would be one I would want to do. Is I would want like this isn't really the place I would want it. Let's remove that shout out. But it is kind of the only place I could do it. So let's just add the shout out back. Let's undo that. And let's just move the shout out to the other side. There we go. Nope. There we go. And 5. And let's just shrink this down to be like my card level. So like if I went here and did show transition and I think it's move. Yeah. I think move was the one that I was looking into to like really do some weird, wacky things. So yeah, let's try let's try that real quick. So if I do like a move, the card kind of like swings into focus. And I kind of like the shout out. How does that look on stream? Let's go to my stream real quick. That's not bad. Like that looks okay. And where it says 000, I think would be it. I use shout out cards, but I'm trying to keep them from blocking the game. So you say they should not block the game. Most people don't care about that though. I'm the outlier. I don't know. I've never put anything that covers the cam, I'm guessing, at all for editing purpose. The game. Oh. Yeah, that is true. If I wanted to like take a screenshot of this, a clip from this, it would have to be different. So like I can't cover up chat because chat would be there. I could have it kind of like pop up here. Shrink this down. Preview scaling. Not scale to window. I don't want that. I want scale to canvas. There you go. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There you go. Yeah, that fits well. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe this, and then if we kind of just rotate it a little bit, but like keep all the key information in frame, and maybe shrink this down a little bit further so that it's like that. And I don't know what rotation this is. Can I? Because there is a readable text rotation, so 19 is definitely too far. I think like 10 is the recommended readability rotation. So if we did 10, had it cover up the commands because no one in the VODs cares about the commands. Have it where the preview still shows. We need to turn the task back on. Sure, game's fine. So now if we go here, it kind of covers up whatever I'm showing up in the game, but again, that's not really all that important in the sense of like the VOD. So if we did something like, I want the profile picture to still be relatively visible. Then we shrink this down, move it up, move it over, bring it down some more. I think the other issue was I couldn't figure out how I would display like a YouTube video on this. So like that would be cool. And then like when the shout out disappears, pop in, and then it would be like shout out, boom. It says the user, it does that. How does that look? Oh, why is the overlay still on Twitch? Why is it getting covered? Oh, because no, did I never deleted it from Twitch. I deleted it from YouTube, but I never deleted it from Twitch. There you go. So that doesn't look bad. Watch me open this up a billion times to see how this looks. It doesn't cover up chat, so chat can see it. It kind of does cover up whatever I'm displaying. And it covers up Ladybot a little bit, but like, that's not bad. So I think it really now just comes down to, can I get a good roll in or something like that? So like move is complicated. Like it's cool, but it's very complicated to get it looking right. So let's not do move. What if we did cut? What does cut look like? Cut, no. Cut is too cut. It's cutting too sharp. Too sharp of a cut. Fade. I don't think fade's gonna look good. Yeah, I don't think fade's gonna look good. A slide down might look good. Like if like a person was pushing this card to me. Swipe. Yeah, if we did like a swipe down. Right? Yeah. Swipe in down. Yeah, that looks good. And then if we did a swipe out, I could put this on the overlay of everything. Yeah, this should be an overlay. Like a proper overlay, not a element of an overlay. But then the hide would be a swipe up. And I think it just needs to be a swipe up. Yeah. It's kind of weird that it kind of fades in. I don't like that particularly. Slides, I don't think is going to give me what I want either. I think it's really like a move I ultimately want. Yeah, I don't think this is what I want either. Yeah. Discard. So I think it's a move that I do want, and I just need to learn how moves work. In the sense that match if the source name contains, I don't know, with numbers removed, I don't know what that is. Okay. Cache transition, sure. Ease in, ease out, cubic for matching. Ease in, disappearing. I just don't know how this all works. Let's just try it with the here. Ease in, ease out. That's fine. What's cute? I wish I could not have to scroll up and down. Can I make this big enough where I can? No. Cool. Close enough. Preview. Yeah, this is just me switching in and out. It doesn't do what I'm hoping for. I was really hoping for like a move. Yeah, I don't like this. We don't need that. So I need to just work on that and then figure out what we're going to do on the YouTube side. But shoutouts could work. They wouldn't be here though. Let's just cut this, copy this. It would be on the overlay, which is here, which is on the overlays, which I just paste the reference here. And then in the general chat, I can delete this. And now on the overlays, I can toggle this on and off. I didn't copy the transitions, but that's fine. Because what I'm thinking would be like a slide in, slide out type motion, maybe. Like, I wish I could change the rotation center easily. Why can't I edit the transform on this? It's weird that I cannot edit the transform on this. There we go. Nope, that's not what I want. Whoopsie. You can return to be invisible. Thank you. That will work. Okay. See you, Viral. Actually, we're about to end stream anyways. It was fun. I think we got a lot closer to the updated version of OBS. But there's a lot more to do. As the laundry, well, I can't put both me in there. The laundry list all the way over there shows this laundry list right here. Shout out cards we're working on. Mic filter, I still think that needs to be. I need to check all the report status. Update the BRB. Make sure they're toggleable. Clean up VIP text. Remove the code that does the move. Move over to the modern day. Freeze on main scene. We could do that real quick, but I'll do that later. Replay needs work and that. So we're getting there. There's a lot of progress. Thank you all for hanging out. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Let's see who's all alive still. I'm thinking we're going to raid Juma Links. I don't know how to pronounce people's names. Let's see if I unmute this mic. Is this coming from? I don't know if you guys can hear this. No. Give me a second. I'm hearing double as well. Let's not hear double, please. Now, if I go here. Oh, I'm hearing myself as well. Woo. Let's get rid of that. And then audios, set this to desktop app.
Are you there?
Okay, now you guys should be able to hear it. Yep. It's very quiet, but you can hear it.
Thank you for honking.
So we can watch this. But we also have a few people I'm following as well.
Been acting kind of funny. I've been keeping an eye on his
we have a cat saying Cruciary.
Huh?
We have Nexus doing Fear of Mistra. We have Bouncy Bun Buns doing Watchdog 2. And Mick Florzy doing Doom Eternal. Is there any suggestions on who we should be watching?
Who this character reminds me of? He's dressed kind of like Gale.
If not, I think I'm gonna transition back to drama because I was there before the stream, so
stop. They were meant to be. You know, I
think we're gonna do that
in Germany.
Let's raid Germany.
And I did have.
There you go. I hope you all had a great time. We cleaned up a lot. We didn't maybe do a lot of additions, but we definitely cleaned up a lot. And it will make me feel easier doing more OBS stuff, fancier and all that.
I'm existing.
With that, if you're on YouTube, remember to hit the like button. It helps a lot in the algorithm. If you're on Twitch, I know you'd be cheering if you could, but you can't. So I accept the thousands of mystery bits that you are providing me.
Listen,
I also don't know if you're on big screen on either side. I think it's it's that. If you're on Twitch and you haven't, if you'd like to, hit the follow button. It means you get to see what's coming up next, which is going to be some random streams come Saturday. And if you're on YouTube, remember to hit the subscribe button and then the bell button. If you don't do both, you won't be notified. Saturday, I'm going to be playing with the Black and One on some random stream we're going to be doing. Haven't decided exactly what. It's going to be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it's going to end around 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Bye. With that, I'm getting topped off, so bye, guys.
3,
2, 1. Bye.
If I get full custody of Igus,